When the world believes you're finished, that's when a true warrior begins. My name is Yi Sun-sin. In 1597, I was no longer an admiral. The court I served turned against me, accused me of defying orders, and sent me to prison. Tortured, humiliated, stripped of my rank. I thought my life in service was over. Then came the disaster. My replacement led the entire Navy into a trap. Nearly every ship was destroyed. The Japanese fleet ruled the sea. Joseon was defenseless. And so, the same court that condemned me came begging for my return. When I stood again on the docks at Yosu, the truth hit me. Out of over 100 warships, only 13 remained. 13 against an enemy force of more than 300. I remember my men's faces. They were loyal, but afraid. They looked at the empty horizon and saw death coming. I looked at that same horizon and saw my duty.
We could not meet them in open water. That would be suicide. 300 ships would crush 13 in moments. I needed a place where their numbers meant nothing. That's when I found it, the Myeongnyang Strait. It was narrow, with a fierce and unpredictable current. The locals said it could swallow ships whole, but I saw something else, an ally. If I could draw the Japanese fleet into that channel, their formation would break apart. The current and terrain would fight them. All I had to do was make them enter. I gathered my men, offering no grand speeches, just the truth. We are outnumbered, outgunned, but this sea, this strait, is ours. Trust me. Hold the line. Do not retreat. That night, I stood alone on the deck, listening to the water tearing through the strait. The wind carried the faint sound of drums.
Dawn broke like a warning, and the horizon didn't glow, it darkened. 300 Japanese warships, black silhouettes stacked across the sea, their masts rising like a forest of spears. Against them, we had only 13 ships, holding the line at the mouth of the Myeongnyang Strait. My officers begged me to pull back, but I knew the truth. If we retreated now, Korea would fall. The first enemy ships entered the channel, and the water seized them instantly, shattering their perfect formation. Their cannons couldn't aim, their oarsmen couldn't fight the tide. The sea was dismantling their advantage piece by piece. That was our opening. I raised my hand, and our cannons roared in unison. Iron tore into their vanguard, splintering hulls and ripping through the confusion. 13 ships fighting as one, with just resolve. Hours passed, and the current turned again, driving them backward into their own fleet. When the smoke cleared, 30 of their ships were gone, and not one of ours had sunk. The Myeongnyang Strait became a graveyard that day, carved not by blades, but by will. It was the courage of men who chose to stand when retreat meant survival, fighting not for glory, but because there was no one else left to stand. My name is Yi Sun-sin, and on that day, the sea did not save us, it stood with us.